Alrighty, everyone. As of Matt back here with another video for y'all. Appreciate y'all for watching this. It has been about a week since I've actually been able to get on here and post a video. We've been busy with the kids. We've got stuff going on. Also took some time off for some stuff that was going on as well personally. All of that stuff with school as well. So I'm here, guys. I'm back. We're going to be popping out videos once again, once every single day going forward here. If I need to do 2 videos a day, I'll do it. But so far, we are going to be in this really, really nice pattern where we're not going to have any severe weather really at all. Maybe some itsy bitsy stuff here and there, but we're in a locked in pattern for much of September where we're going to see not a lot of severe weather, maybe some tropic activity. That's still a question mark. We're going to actually talk about that. You guys can clearly see that on your screen here. And then we're just going to talk about the cool weather and then the warm weather, and then that's really going to be it. So, and then we do have some pretty decent sized rain that we're going to get across much of the southeast and mid-Atlantic over the next couple days. So we're going to talk about those different things. I'm going to try and keep this video super, super short with y'all, but if you guys will share the video out, comment if you have any questions, and like the video as well. But other than that, we're going to get into this here. If you guys can see on your screen here, we've got 2 areas in the tropics. This is over here off the coast of Africa that we are currently watching. Both of these have low-end chances of developing, 10% chance in the next 2 days on both of these, and 10% and 20% on both of these. These really are going to be fish storms right now. This one over here that's toward the Lesser Antilles could maybe do something in the long term. We're kind of wait to see what the models do with it. But there is shear, there is Saharan dust still in place, and this is really going to limit potentially activity of developing storms as of right now. The one off the coast of Africa, this is going to be a fish storm if it does develop. We are also kind of watching a couple more waves that could start to enter off the United States coast, or United States, but off the African coastline here soon. You can see a lot of thunderstorm convection, a lot of unusual thunderstorm activity over here. This area doesn't see a lot of thunderstorms throughout the year, and we are getting a lot of rain over there, so this is kind of another trend where we've not seen a lot of things that were normally supposed to happen. We were supposed to see a pretty active hurricane season this year, and right now that active La Nina that is transitioning over is helping limit potentially where our hurricane season is going to go down the road. Now, we are in the month of peak hurricane season. It is for the month of September, so there could be some changes that happen throughout the month. There could be changes in the long term that happen. It's just something we're going to watch. If we start to see any signals for anything, I will let you guys know. But as of right now, those are the 2 that we're watching. Got another little wave here that could maybe do potentially something down the road. But as of right now, really not looking at anything significant. Now, a couple days, we were going to be talking about the potential for a wave that could either come into the Gulf, that could go towards Mexico. This is pretty much nothing right now. And I'll actually pull this up here, over here in the Gulf of Mexico, so you guys can see what we're actually looking at. Let me get this pulled up here. Let's go to the Central Gulf. Right now, we're really not looking at much of anything. This is going to be a potential area that we watch here over the next couple of days. We do have a 0% chance of this becoming a named storm in the next 2 days, 30% chance in the 7-day period. And so this went from a 50 to a 40 to a 50 to a 40, now down to a 30. And right now, this is just not looking impressive right now. Really having a lot of disorganized thunderstorms back over here in the Caribbean Sea. But right now, this is something we're going to watch. There is a chance this could develop down the road into something small. Maybe even bring some rainfall into Texas, into the United States later on next week. But right now, that's really unsettled at this point. This is something we're going to have to watch. Now, we are actually seeing some pretty decent rain over Texas and Louisiana. We've been seeing this pattern for a couple of days now. And this was actually an area of development that could have turned into a tropical depression or storm. That had a low chance. This did not develop into something, but this is actually a low pressure center. This will actually become a closed low over the next 24 to 48 hours, where we'll actually see this move on shore and bring rain into Louisiana, into Mississippi, Alabama, to the mid-Atlantic, up into the East Coast, and eventually to the Northeast later on at the end of the weekend here. We've actually got showers and storms along the Texas area here, along the Red River and in the Dallas area, so be mindful of that. We've also got some severe weather we're going to talk about here in just a minute as well. But the overall picture for this, I want to show you guys something here because it's actually quite interesting here. Yes, this is not going to be a tropical, quote-unquote, named storm or any of that, but this is tropical moisture. And flooding is going to continue to be a problem across the southeastern Texas line here, along the coastline, Galveston, Port Arthur, Beaumont, Houston, Bay City, back here near Corpus Christi, having some flash flood warnings here. But really, those rainfall totals are adding up anywhere from 3 to 5, 5 to 8 inches of rainfall could fall between Galveston, Lake Charles, maybe even down here towards Interstate 10 from Lake Charles into New Orleans as we get closer into the week. But I want to show you guys what the future cast here over the next 48 hours is going to be. And this is just, like I said, over the next 48 hours here. And if you guys can watch, right now we don't really see a center of circulation on this low pressure system right now. There is a low kind of in the meandering area here off the coastline here. But I want to watch what happens through tonight and tomorrow morning. It looks like this could have become a tropical system if it would have had a little bit more time or a little bit more organization. But as we get towards tomorrow, you look at that spin that we get. This was actually a low pressure system. This is not a tropical depression, not a tropical storm. This was a low. But you can actually see that spinning circulation that we get through tomorrow morning and into your Friday time frame. So this is something we're going to watch over the next, couple days. We might actually have an onshore tornado risk. Some water spouts could be possible here, but that would be your center of circulation. This is going to bring some rainfall here along Interstate 49 and Interstate 10 here in Louisiana, and actually bring some rainfall all the way up here into parts of southern Tennessee, Mississippi, Alabama, into Georgia. So I would expect a pretty good rainfall swath to fall between, the mid-Atlantic here and into the southeast. So this is going to be something that we watch. The next 48-hour rainfall totals, we could be seeing these rainfall totals close to around, 3 to 5 to 8 inches. Some areas could see local higher amounts over here along Interstate 10 and 59 near Gulfport, New Orleans. Over the next 48 hours, we could see, 10 plus inches of rainfall. So I would not rule out a 5 to 8 to 12 inch rainfall totals in some areas here along the lower Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, and Texas coastline over the next 48 to 72 hours. So just kind of be mindful of that. We'll kind of watch that tornado risk if anything does develop over the next couple of days. I don't see it being a really big issue until we get to about Thursday afternoon into the overnight hours and into Friday, because we will have, a low pressure system developed here, and this could actually bring a little bit of spin circulation with it. So we're going to watch this and see what this does. I don't expect this to be a named storm or any of that, but still could cause some problems as far as travel and just your everyday commuting goes along the Gulf coastline there. Another thing we are going to be watching today as well, we have a marginal risk for severe weather. This is going to be for parts of Wyoming, Colorado, Nebraska, South Dakota, Minnesota, and Wisconsin. This is a level 1 risk out of 5. Not expecting any tornadoes out of this. This would be a wind and a hail risk, if anything. This is actually going to be the only day of severe weather we have right now going forward for multiple days in a row. So really getting a break in that severe weather. Super excited to talk about that. What is the timeline of this going to look like? Showers and storms developing later off the Rockies here around 5 to 6 o'clock. Could have an isolated wind and hail threat, and this would extend all the way up into to the Midwest, where that cold front will come through and that low will move north into Canada. Has some rain around UP, Michigan. We could actually, guys, see some snow showers along the upper Michigan Peninsula as we go into this weekend. And we're going to talk about that as well here in just a second. Could see some showers and some storms along that cold front. It does extend down into Missouri, Illinois, Chicago, Wisconsin, Michigan on Friday here, and then this low pressure system will actually move its way out. Now, I want to talk to you guys about what we're going to be seeing with the overall pattern here over the next, couple of days. What is this going to look like as far as the overall trend goes here? Let me actually get this set up so you guys can see it here. This is going to be the latest European model run. This is going to be our jet stream here. This is going to show our highs, our lows. Where is the activity going to be at with severe weather? And this is actually what's causing our severe weather today. A positively tilted trough over Montana and Idaho. This is causing a little bit of, a buckle here in the jet stream that will cause some wind and some hail to develop today. Not expecting anything significant, but as we go into your Thursday and Friday time frame, this is going to be the big story over the next 6 to 10 days. Very cold air, not super cold, but cold enough to cause some frost in the upper Midwest areas. We could see some temperatures in the 30s, low 40s. Highs in the 50s and 60s for over the next couple of days for people in the upper Michigan Peninsula, Michigan, Wisconsin, potentially. But this is a cold air dome, basically, that's going to come in out of Canada. We're going to have a ridge over here developing in the West Pacific, where we're going to have our heat wave. Temperatures could be, 15, 20 degrees above average over there in the West Pacific, so be mindful of that. Nothing new to you guys, but a late into the summer heat wave here as we get ready to transition into the fall. But we're really going to watch this jet stream kind of buckle down here. We'll get that U-shaped jet stream here with that low pressure system in the middle there. And this is actually going to bring some potential snow showers here anywhere from Canada into the northern peninsula of Michigan, maybe even into parts of the Wisconsin area as we go into Friday and Saturday. So not looking at any snowfall amounts or any of that, but we could maybe see some transition flurries potentially if that cold air does, reach all the way down to the surface. So that's something we're going to watch. But overall, after we go through the weekend, that low is actually going to move out. We're going to kind of average back our patterns to what they should be for September. But what you start to see on the left side of your screen as we go into next week around the Monday to Thursday time frame is going to be this big old jet stream that develops here off the Pacific Ocean. You can see a very quiet pattern ongoing for much of the United States into next week. Could see some severe weather return into Montana, into parts of Idaho as we go into late next week. And then after that, things become a little bit more uncertain. But really not seeing that severe weather like we, thought we were going to see as we transition toward the season of fall as of right now. Now, that could change over the next couple of weeks. This is something we're going to watch for you guys. I do want to show you guys as well the overall precip of where we're going to see most of the moisture and precipitation at here. And that's really going to fall muchly over the southeast here. We could even actually see a little low pressure system develop with some tropical features over here off the coast of the Carolinas. So you actually got to watch these lows that do come off the coastline because they can spin with the water temperatures being warm off the coastline there. So be mindful of potentially some developing systems down the road. But you start to see these blue isobars that pop up here. That is very cold air aloft. You can see that dip in the jet stream with that cold air, potentially some snow showers and some rain being broken out over Michigan over the next couple of days. You can actually see those little purple and pink dots along the peninsula of Michigan and Canada line. So that would signal cold air enough to potentially have a couple snow flurries, which is crazy to say that for September, but it's actually very normal for this time of the year to see that. And then we would push this low pressure system off the coastline as well, and then we would see a drier pattern set up. Much of next week will be high ridge dominated, basically meaning warm and back to average temperatures with dry conditions for much of the United States. We'll start to watch and turn our attention toward the tropics next week, as we could see maybe a low develop late next week into the Gulf Coast, but that's something way far out that we'll kind of watch and see if anything develops off of. One more thing I do want to show you guys really, really quickly is going to be those temperatures. And over the next couple of days, like I said, continuing to see very cold air in place. You can actually see where that cold air is going to be at. That is that dip in the jet stream here. Anybody in the Midwest, Ohio Valley, Northeast, and upper northern plains there is going to see that significant cool drop. You can see that very excessive heat wave ongoing over in the West Pacific. And as we go into next week, we'll start to bounce things back to up to normal average temps again. But I really think summer will start to transition to fall very, very soon here. We will be into, we're already in meteorological fall. We'll be into the official start of fall very, very soon here. So I am excited to have that weather. I'm excited to have a break in the severe weather. It doesn't give me a lot to talk about with you guys, but it keeps things very chill. It keeps you guys safe mindset-wise as far as everything goes. And that'll be good for everything going forward. But other than that, guys, I'm going to leave today's video at that. I appreciate y'all for watching this. Stay safe, be weather aware, get out there, enjoy those fall temperatures, drink you a pumpkin spice latte, whatever you do for that fall season. But it's definitely going to be worth having for sure. Other than that, guys, be safe, be weather aware, and I'll talk to you guys later.